Caleb, and this is Jared McCool, and together we make our ministry called the Millennial Spark.
We're located in eastern Kentucky, and we focus on assisting other millennials, other Christian millennials, to grow up to be spiritual leaders in their community.
My name is Aaron Sawyers. I'm the youth pastor of the Buckfield Free Will Baptist Church here in Pikeville, Kentucky.
My name is Rachel Grepke. I live in Northeast Indiana and reside here with my husband and my son. I am a YouTuber who speaks about Bible-related topics, theological-related topics, things about faith and the world.
My name is Joe Henkel. I am a YouTuber and poet in Southern California, in the Los Angeles area. And on my YouTube channel, I make encouraging videos and poetry videos.
My name is Evan, and I'm a Christian creative from Norway who love to make videos, write music, and write in general.
When the first bit of the information about the coronavirus came out, it was a little concerning how badly we were going to be affected by it, who all was going to get sick, what those numbers were going to look like. So I think it was more of the fear of the unknown for me.
It's difficult because it's a scary time for us right now. You're really terrified going out in public, going to shops, things like that.
And a big part of it was, when one day everything's normal, everything's perfect, and then the next day you see all these people going to grocery stores and buying up items.
It was frightening watching the coronavirus even before it actually got here.
I realized kind of how serious it was when things started to get shut down, how we weren't going to be able to meet at church in person.
I just focused on doing the best out of it, and it's both, of course, for mostly a bad thing, but I've been able to do good things out of it.
So we are in a unprecedented time within our world. The coronavirus has affected me personally, not as much as a lot of other people. We are very fortunate that we homeschool our son, so we didn't have to have the differences in the school shutting down and things like that. My husband, however, he's an over-the-road truck driver, so his effect has been on not as much work being available, the rates have dropped and things like that, so it's changed in that regard for us.
Me and Jared, we practice social distancing for the most part. Jared still has his job to go to that he goes to on weekdays, but for the most part we stay home. We can only go one by one to Food City or Walmart or what have you.
We do take weeks off from working at home and working in office. So we do practice social distancing. We stay 6 feet apart. We have to wear a mask at work, and like I said, they do cut down. So I see a lot less people at work now. When I first heard of the first case here, I have quit eating out as much. So, and by as much I mean at all, really.
And with the coronavirus, it's, I think, affected us all in some way. Right now, me and my family are practicing social distancing. But I'm thankful that I've still been able to go to work and still stay busy and still provide.
So last year I finished high school, and now this year, before going to uni, I'm in a type of Bible school and community school and board school all in one. So the coronavirus made us all go back to our homes all over the country, and we've got teaching now through the internet, or meeting each other on Zoom and Facebook.
Our generation has never seen this before. We really have come a ways that we have to adapt. We have to find a way that when our nation as a whole is impacted, we have to ask the question, how do we deal with this as a generation?
I don't know that our churches are doing a whole lot. Our churches are closed, so we are not having corporate worship. So that's been an effect. And I think because there's no corporate worship, I think that we're actually losing some of that value with not being together to have discussions and things like that. I think we're losing something within that.
And really, For a lot of us, especially those who want to help people, it's kind of challenging because one thing is like we're not able to go as much and to be around people as much.
Our church is personally uploading videos every week to help further the ministry. For those who aren't able to come, we have sent out prayers, we have prayer chains, things like that, but that's really about it.
Currently, it's mostly that I'm helping out at home, and I'm also making videos to serve others in a way by bringing entertainment and hope, and then reach out to friends on Messenger and ask people how they are doing.
My husband and I talked about it and really thought about it and prayed about it and said, you know what, we really feel it's so important for people to meet. So we actually opened our house up within the people of our church. And I have to tell you, that's been the most amazing experience, is just opening your house and allowing God to do the work, because we often go to church because the church doors are open, but it's a totally different experience to open your own house and to be vulnerable and willing, not just to have, you know, people come to your house, but just to feel God's presence in a different way when you gather together in your house. It's like the Book of Acts coming to life. It's been really, really awesome.
We also, as this video, we collaborate with friends of across the internet, other Christians. We really help each other out during this time and just come together.
This is a really important and challenging question, I think, because it's also something I've been thinking about these past weeks.
It's hard to say what churches as a whole can do besides praying, which is a very important thing to do right now, especially in the hardest times, and this is a tough time for all of us.
We need to find ways that we can serve. Sometimes that means thinking outside the box. Ways to serve could be serving a meal. Finding a family and one family adopting another family and saying, okay, how can we, once a week we'll bring you a meal, and then you can bring someone else a meal, or finding different things to do.
Thankful for just online platforms that we're able to use and to share the message of Jesus through those, and share hope and encouragement through our creativity, being able to reach out to people through online church and online services.
And I'm seeing while reading scripture that it's such a big thing how the church is supposed to be one, and also how the church is supposed to be a light.
And to go make a difference, to do what God's purpose has us to do. You know, find out what we believe in, self-honesty, loving other people, things like this.
I do have optimistic that the future will be better, not just the way it was, but be better than we were.
I think there's a lot of good that is going to come out of the events that have been happening. First of all, that a lot of my friends and churches are stepping up when it comes to online content and sharing the message of hope online. I think we're learning to be more creative.
In addition to making a recovery from this pandemic, the church and this country as a whole will be able to learn more about how to handle situations like this and be better prepared for them when they arise.
The only thing I'm thinking about is that I want to be inspired by people and inspire others, how to encourage each other even more. We should be kind of discipling each other. Our Christian life isn't something we're supposed to live alone individually, but live together as a community.
When we do get back, I think if we're humble enough and we're caring enough, we should see these types of opportunities as opportunities to serve.
Something I want to leave you with is that reading the Bible is something foundational and really important, and also knowing and living out who we are in Christ.
The best advice I can give my fellow Christians right now is to just stay the course and do what you can to take care of yourself and your family, and to the extent that you are able, your community, especially fellow Christians.
And really my message for Christians during this time is, hey, stay encouraged, keep looking to Jesus, and use this time to grow, use this time to seek Him and lead others to Him in what areas you can, and to just be patient and not overreact or overworry.
Really, in tough times like this, it's important to remember that things could be worse. One of my favorite books is Job. It really keeps me humble to see the hardships that he went through and really kept his faith still through all of that. So at this time, it's really just important to keep our faith and hold steady even though times are hard for all of us.
Do not live in fear. Do not be afraid of this virus. This did not catch God off guard, for he sees all things past, present, and future. And it's really hard sometimes, even as Christians, not to give in to that fear because we are human. And so we think of things on a humanistic perspective and we don't always think with the godly perspective. But my brothers and sisters, now is the time to have that heavenly perspective. Instead of being downcast people, we need to be filled with the Spirit and be sharing it because that hasn't changed. The message of the good news hasn't changed, and we need to be proclaiming that throughout all the time.
Those who seek, they will find. And the Bible speaks about us, so let's look for us. And the Bible speaks about God, so let's look for God in it.
You can find it on YouTube at Mini Ministry. I also have a Facebook page of the same title. I'm also a published author. You can find my work on Amazon.
I make encouraging videos and poetry videos. You can find those just by searching my name, Joe Henkel.
I run my YouTube channel, ET Brothers, with my brother Trond, so be sure to check us out if you want to. Our videos are in Norwegian, but a subtitle of all of them in English. So yeah, you're not left out if you don't know Norwegian.
We have a Facebook page called The Millennial Spark. You can also befriend me and my brother. Again, my name's Caleb McCall, it's Jerick McCall. So thank you all for joining us for this video. We want to give a big shout out to all of our collaborators who allowed this video to be possible. And we want to reach out if anyone watching is interested in collaborating with me and my brother here at The Millennial Spark, make sure to reach out to us. We'd love to talk with you, we love to work with you. And you know, Christ is for all people. It doesn't matter ethnicity or background or denomination, it doesn't matter. Christ is for all people. So we love to get in contact with you. And with that, thank you all, and we'll see you in the next video.